Fellow hobbyists, collectors, and prey heads alike, welcome again back to my channel, and as always, I'm your host, Glennon Taylor. Now make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I have a unique discount code for you for the subscription box known as the Geek Gear Box that will take 30% off of that subscription for the month of April, so make sure you stick around for that. Now I do have a question for you. I want to know what you find in your collection to be the most valuable out of everything that you own. It doesn't have to be Predator specific. But leave me a comment down below with your answers so I can review them and see what kind of stuff you have in your collection. So having said that, I will be looking at the top 5 things in my collection that I deem the most valuable, whether it be financial or emotional. Make sure you keep in mind of that when you answer that question, because there are things in my collection that I deem both emotionally of value and as well as financial of value as well. Now we're going to start off with number 5, and that's going to be this guy right behind me, the 1/4 scale NECA figures, and they normally retail around $9.99 or $100 per figure. Right now I do believe if you want the original figure, the masked Predator, he can be found, I think he sold, the lowest was at $85, the highest was at $225. Now keep in mind, I did buy all of my figures at retail. They were about $100 a piece. If you want all 3 of them, the masked, the closed mouth, and the open mouth, you're probably going to be running you around $575 for all 3 of them. This would be the cheapest price that I found. But I do currently have in my collection, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this one being the 10th one. I do want the Jungle Demon 1/4 scaled with the LED lights for the eyes, the tri-laser, and the computer gauntlet. He's currently priced at $125. I'm currently waiting until that price drops. I just might get him hopefully at Toys R Us if they mark him down any or all on the 21st of this month. Let's just hope that that price has been marked down. It's still hard to imagine that I have 10 of these things in my collection. You're looking at $100 per figure. That is a whopping $1,000 worth of NECA quarter scaled figures. I do have also the 7-inch figures from NECA as well, so you're probably looking at a NECA value well over probably $1,500 to $2,000 in my total overall NECA collection. It's just, when you think about it, it's just like, wow, I've spent over $2,000 or almost $2,000 in NECA figures alone. It's just crazy. Now at number 4 in my countdown, I have the Hot Toys figures. Now I know what you're gonna say. These are running between $250 to $260 per figure. However, I did not spend that much money on my 2 figures that I have. I have the City Hunter Predator 2 2.0 version of that figure. I got him as a trade, so what I already had in my collection, I traded him for that. That technically was already free for me. Now I also have the Elder of the same 2.0 version from Predator 2, and I only spent $175 for him at Amazing Arizona Comic-Con. When I heard $175, I will take him, thank you very much. I knew that that was definitely below retail. I didn't spend the full retail value of him, and this was at a convention. Keep that in mind. Normally with conventions, they up the price, but for whatever reason, this particular vendor that I went to had him for $175. I think I saved about $80, maybe $40. I still saved money, that's really my point. Very happy to have the 2.0 versions. Originally, I did not like the 1.0 versions, the originals one, at all. They were bad sculpt, bad materials, the skinny bodies with the big bobbleheads, they just looked awful. I did not know if whether or not I was going to add the Hot Toys brand to my collection, and since they've re-sculpted and revamped the figures and re-submitted them or re-released them actually as 2.0 versions with better material, die-cast metal blades, silicone rubber dreads, I think these are way much more better than the originals. I just think there's one way of looking at it, or in this case 2 ways of looking at it. One way is it's positive that they are in fact improving on their product. The negative side is that they knew originally that these figures were not as good as they were, but they still wanted $240 or over $200 a piece per figure. In my opinion, I also am pre-ordering the Wolf Predator as well. That'll be coming out this July, and I'm making payments on him starting, I believe, the end of this month, if not next. I'm really happy to have a third Hot Toys figure in my collection, and I will be reviewing him on this channel as well. And number 3 in my collection are autographs, like this autograph that you see above me from Elvidia Carrillo, played Anna in the original film, which I really do like a lot. So as you notice, that this definitely is one of my pride and joys. I want to thank Elvidia Carrillo for allowing me to get this autograph that's personalized to me. I also have her shirt. It's a little bit shiny based upon this is an iron or print, but this is the shirt that I got from her, as well as her autograph. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a fascination or attraction to her back in the 80s, but she's really attractive now.
Hello, nurse!
Now, that's not the most expensive autograph that I own. The most expensive autograph that I currently own in my collection is from himself, Kevin Peter Hall, that I got from an auction. And Renee Hall, who happens to be the niece of Kevin Peter Hall, did chime in and indicate to me that this was in fact his signature. She wanted to congratulate me on the win, and I told her personally that I would like to thank her as well for authenticating the signature, that I never thought in a million years that I would get something from her Uncle Kevin. And she also replied back indicating that we as Predator fans are continuing his legacy, and she thought was very humbled by that. Now, number 2 is original comic book art from published comic books, obviously from Dark Horse Comics, and the most expensive one that I have ever bought thus far happens to be from Predator Life and Death, and that's going to be this one right here. I know probably you've seen it in my live streams, a couple of much, but this one is from Life and Death Predator, issue number 3, page 17, and this is what's considered as a splash page because it takes up the entire length, 11 by 17, page of the work. And that's going to be, to me, this is valued at $400 that I spent on this one page alone. Now, if you were to take all of my comic book collection, I think totaling right now at 27, that would be between $1,400 to $1,500 for all of my comic books that I've purchased as far as the original artwork to those comic books. Sorry, I know I have a lot in my collection, but that's why, again, I started this channel, is to showcase what I have, to review it based on my personal opinion, why I like it, why I don't like it, so on and so forth. But yeah, coming in at number 2, Predator Life and Death, issue number 3, page 17 at $400. Okay, we're currently at numero uno, number 1. Very thankful for your patience, but this one to me has a lot much more emotional value than it does financial. To me, this is absolutely priceless, and I got it as a birthday gift, and that is the original pull or cast of the stunt bio helmet from the original mold from 1987's film Predator. I will never get rid of this. I will never sell it. You can offer me $1 billion or even so much as the presidency. I will never get rid of this helmet. I don't care what anybody offers. And the reason this is emotional to me is because I never thought I would own a piece of history like this. And as you can tell from these photographs, I'm trying it on just to compare, how big the mask was on Kevin Peter Hall compared to my head. I was really excited to have this in my collection. And if you also look on the helmet, there's a scratch on the very upper right dome. And that's how you can tell this is straight from the mold, because the mold has the exact same indentation or scratch on the upper part of that dome head. Now, if you'll notice too, most of you probably wondering, where's the tri-laser housing at? Well, that's because it was added on after the fact, and these behind the scenes photographs that you're looking at right now, these were all painted and done, and the tri-laser housing was done as a modification or add-on. So that's another way you can tell that this helmet is the authentic piece of history, and this is, to me, in my opinion, my Mona Lisa, my Rembrandt, my Van Gogh, whatever you want to call it. This pretty much is my baby in my collection. I will never get rid of this. The other reason I did this video is because yesterday was my birthday and I'm 35 years old. It's kind of a daunting realization that I've spent 35 years on this earth. When I was 23, I was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't think I was going to live, but I'm not going to be negative. I'm very positive. I'm here. I'm alive. You're seeing me. I'm seeing you. I'm very gracious, very humbled, and very proud that I'm still here. But I'm 5 years away from being 40. Kind of look at what you've done with the 35 years you were here all that entire time. And I did go out and had Chinese one night, opened a fortune cookie, and I'm going to keep this fortune because what it says is, the goal should be growth, not perfection. Now, I think that's very good to have as a motivational piece because here on YouTube, it really is not about perfection, it's about growth. I'm growing on this channel, it's all because of you, because of that growth, and I want to thank you very much for doing so. That's why I do the giveaways and the interviews. I'm very passionate about this franchise of Predator from 20th Century Fox, as well as I would hope you are as well for being a subscriber to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, by all means do so right now, and make sure you also click on that bell. That way you don't miss any of my future videos. Only because if you support me, I support you. That's just how this kind of community works. We are a community, we grow together as one, not apart, not a competition. So if you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate for watching this video in its entirety. And for that, I'm giving you a code, 30% off for the Geek Gear Box with the Avengers Infinity War, Sea of Thieves, and the Alien vs. Predator theme franchises they have in this box for the month of April. So all you have to do is when you click on the link down in the description below to order your subscription box for the month of April, make sure at the checkout you put in the code SPECIAL30 for your 30% off for this particular box. Now the box is based out of the United Kingdom. I apologize, I won't be able to do anything for shipping, but I believe this box will be well worth it. Once I get into my house, I will be able to review it right here on this channel for you. Thank you for being a supporter of my channel. Happy hunting, and I'll see you guys next week, and also for a 36th birthday.